Good morning, everyone. My name is Rochelle Croft, and welcome to the 6th edition of the Rebelle Rally. We are live from the marathon stage, the morning of the marathon stage here in Rasor OHV Park. This is a live show presented by Lexus. How's it going, Matthew?
Great, thanks. Warming up a bit, thanks to Dan. We went and attacked Dan when he saw his tailgate down and he was making hot water to get us some coffee this morning. Cheers. And we've got these clever little cups from Yeti to put it in.
2 sips in.
I know. Yeah, I think you're supposed to have a lot more volume of water for how much coffee is in here. But seems to be working so far.
Awesome.
Right. Well, should we catch him up with yesterday? Like, how did we get here?
Yeah, let's talk about yesterday. It was a long day, it was a long day for staff and competitors. We followed them all on the tracker. We saw a lot of teams early in the morning kind of make some mistakes, go the wrong direction. I think this is the day that lack of sleep is kicking in, especially with all of the wind that happened. And then they had to transit, they went to Dumont. They had the option to go to do some X routes. So some took the option of X routes through Sperry Wash, and then they could go into Dumont and find more black checkpoints, or just hit a green and then continue on our way. So what we're hearing from a lot of people and what we've seen on the score is a lot of girls timed out of checkpoints yesterday.
And timing out of a green. So do you actually time out of, does a black diamond checkpoint time out?
They can, but it just means if you go for it, you won't get those points.
Okay.
It'll just show up like a red. That's when you see those red points. It means that they went for it, but they actually don't get those points because that CP closed from their allotted time. So on their CP guide in the morning, it might say, hey, this blue 5X is open until 5 hours from your start time. So that means they have 5 hours to get to that CP.
And that's usually to keep people on track to get to the green checkpoints, so that we can close those, pull our staff off that, and keep everybody moving down course.
Yes.
The big news about the timing out is that we had people timing out of the green checkpoints.
Yeah.
And it was really knock-on effects from the whole previous day of chaos. Typically we'd have vehicles fueled the evening before, but yesterday morning teams had to go manage fuel. They were given permission to go to a gas station because the fuel truck was too far the wrong direction. The whole rally has its own rally. Just kind of keeping the parts from flying apart and keeping the whole thing together.
Yeah, they had a lot of strategic decisions to make yesterday. They had to, especially if they were low on fuel, you had to look at your CPs and then decide, okay, if we drive 20 minutes or 30 minutes out of our way to get fuel, we're going to do that, but that means we might have to give up some checkpoints. Whereas if they maybe didn't go get fuel, maybe they would run out of gas before they got those checkpoints. So it's a gamble either way.
Pretty stressful situation there for our competitors. And it kind of felt that way when they got here after 320 kilometers of traveling yesterday.
Big day.
Even without the other distractions, the wind and the chaos, the navigation was quite difficult. A lot of people ran out of time to do some of the checkpoints in Sperry Wash, so they planned to come through on the full X route.
Yeah.
They all kind of made the best of what they could yesterday.
They could, and Sperry Wash is really slow going. It's more technical, it's really narrow, so maybe experienced teams that had done it before in years past, they knew what to expect and how to allot for that time. Whereas if you were a new team and had never experienced that before, you would think maybe I could do that in an hour, when in reality it took you 2 hours. So we saw a lot of, like when we were at Dumont yesterday on the live show, we saw a lot of those teams running in, clicking that green and just taking off. And that was why.
They didn't really want to talk to us, did they? They were ready to go.
No. All right.
Okay, we'll read the day description here in a few minutes, and we'll send you with that and
all right.
Follow along here.
We'll grab a couple Rebels here before they head off today to the marathon leg. They are packing up. They all slept out in the dirt yesterday. They have to click into their green CP this morning before they can take off. Hi, ladies.
Hello.
We're back. How's it going?
How are you?
Good. How is the day looking for you?
Oh, we're feeling pretty good about today. We took it really easy yesterday because of the trouble we were having with the car the day after, which we lost some, what are the lug nuts? No, not
axle bolts.
Axle bolts worked their way out. So we had to take one from the other side. So we're just working with 4 on each side right now. So we didn't go through any sand yesterday. We just wanted to see how we went, and it felt really good. So we're going to push it a little more today.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Very cool. You guys excited for the Rasor area?
Yes. Yeah, totally. Awesome. This is really amazing.
Yeah, these are different. Have you guys ever use this type of map before that you have for this area?
Absolutely not. I am from a region that doesn't have any type of terrain like this. So this is 100% new for me. Beautiful and really majestic and amazing. So very exciting, but awesome. Kind of out of my wheelhouse a little bit.
We're looking forward to the day, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. We are too. It's going to be a good one. Well, thank you, ladies, for chatting with us. We wish you all the best. And we'll see you back at base camp tonight.
Thanks.
All right. See ya. Okay, that was Team 116. Ooh, somebody's maybe making more coffee for us, Matt. Oh, he's interested now. No scottle this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. How's it going?
Good. What's that? Wrong person. How did you sleep last night?
Yeah, pretty good. We slept in the car last night. So it was, one of our tents was destroyed the other day. So, but we had actually a really good night's sleep the night of the storm. So we just slept in the car. Didn't have to really fuss around this morning, and then we can just drive off. So, yeah.
And you told me about your day yesterday with the Jeep. How are you guys feeling about today?
Yeah, good. It's a bit of it's a bit of a trip. Like, it really threw me through a loop, and I just find myself just really struggling mentally at times. And then, so today I woke up and I plotted last night, figuring out the route. I'm going to go stand on a hill and just, kind of absorb the surroundings and just get my head back in the game, because it's just so easy, just one thing or one misplot and you just can spiral. So today's motto is just keep going, stop, it's okay, just keep going.
How about for you?
I'm just glad I get to go 5 miles an hour faster. Mechanic says every day I can go 5 miles an hour faster. So that's what I'm doing.
Well, that's a good day. I love it. Awesome. Well, I think that's really smart of you, just mentally knowing what you need to get your head back in the game, take a pause, climb a hill, look around, get a beat on your surroundings. So that's awesome.
Thanks. Yeah. Thanks. It's going to be fun. And it's beautiful.
And there's no wind.
Yes. So many positives today already.
Awesome. Well, we wish you all the best, guys. See ya. Where am I going?
Head this direction.
Head this direction. All right. Sounds good. All right. Lots of busy ladies here. Working. I think they're headed up. Hey, Stormtroopers. How's it going?
Good. We're just about to leave. How are you guys?
Good. Getting that green CP.
We are. It's an easy one, right? To start the day.
Absolutely.
Starting good.
Excited for Rasor?
Yeah. I love Razor. I loved it last year, so looking forward to it. Heidi's first time, so see how it goes. Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too. Have a good day.
All right. We're just doing a little bit of chasing a smell over there. You can hold that. Your hand's probably cold. We could smell something burning over there. None of us could figure out what it was. Did you figure? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was off sniffing all the other vehicles in the area. Like, it's not our responsibility to be technicians out here, but if we can stop a fire, we're going to do that, obviously. Yeah. Team 139 over here. Hi, good morning. Mandy, right? Okay. Mandy, were you guys the one that pulled some folks out of the sand yesterday?
Yeah. We were going to go for one of our black checkpoints. We didn't have a lot of time and we weren't really sure where to go in, and we saw a team that was kind of high-centered, and I had a Bubba rope in the back, and I was like, it's going to be a lot better. They'd tried a couple of times with the max tracks to get out, and we're just a little too high-centered. So We grabbed the bubba rope. Cindy learned how to use the kinetic rope and to pull them out, and worked on the first go. So
And you still made your green checkpoint in time?
We did.
Yep.
I mean, barely, but we did.
About 3 minutes to spare.
Yeah, that was really generous with your time. There are other teams that didn't make that green checkpoint, and I don't think they stopped to pull anybody out of the sand dunes. So
We're pretty good about coordination and everything, and we're on the same page on a lot of stuff, so we knew we had enough time for that, and quickly just jetted over there, and she basically kind of pushed me out of there. Go! So I'm running over there, and there comes Rochelle. So, but yeah, it was good. We learned a lot yesterday. I learned a lot about the sand dunes part. I have never been on it before, and I know she goes to a lot of training. So for me, it was nice to see her put that to use, and I felt safe, and it was fun, like a roller coaster ride.
I heard you say something about teamwork with a smile on your face. How much of the enjoyment you get out of getting to a checkpoint is really just knowing that you're integrating with another person and really enjoying that kind of like in this battle together kind of thing?
So it's a lot, because the interesting thing about Mandy, I call her Panda. Panda and we work together back home, so we already spend like 40 hours together anyway. And to us, this just feels natural. I mean, I'm speaking for myself, right? But it feels natural to me. It's not any different than what we do at work. So I've always said her win is my win, and when we both get it, it's like, yes, our teamwork causes success, right? So it's very gratifying for me because she's my Panda.
I would agree. We solve a lot of hard problems at work, so this is just solving problems in another way. So, yeah.
Love it.
Or giant escape room, as she likes to call it.
Giant escape room.
Yeah.
Escape room is what I feel like it is. You got a time limit you got to meet. You got all these little tricks you got to figure out. It is. At first, it was I thought there was a scavenger hunt, but then when I finally got here and you factor in all the straps and the little hurdles that are put in your place, right, and the time and the distance, all this stuff, it's like, oh no, we got to get out of here, right, or we don't get our points, and I'm all about points, so giant escape room.
You got to be about those points. Can we get a shot of their door here, Panda and Spicy?
Logo on the other side. This is Spicy Panda.
Yeah, so this is the professional side. The other side is the fun.
Yeah, we have
side,
two logos.
so.
We have the Morse, right? It's a Mastiff, and then a horse, and then we have our fun logo that we call a Spicy Panda, because I'm spicy and she's Panda. So
You guys are full of all kinds of gems this morning. Thank you.
You gotta have fun, right? Because I mean, if not, it can be stressful. And you hear about people who might, after day 3 or 4, kind of. I don't think we have that, and I don't think we're gonna have it, because we probably went through that years ago when we first started working together. But so you might as well have fun. You're just out here, right? So.
Awesome. You think you'll come back?
Probably.
Next year, so
Probably. I said that if we do good this year, but I'm always gonna want to do better every year. I've already asked hey Nina, what did you get in your enduro yesterday?
That is smart. That is smart. Go to the top.
That's what I'm aiming for. I gotta try to beat her. I know it's not hard for my first year, but that's where I eventually want to go, right? You beat the best. So, yeah.
Eyes on the prize, eyes on the goal there. Well, because we definitely are going to talk about this being, a massive escape room. When we say it, we're going to credit it to you for sure. Team Spicy Panda here. What a joy to chat with you guys this morning. We're gonna let you get to it and chat more about what the other teams have to do today. Thanks so much.
All right, so that was Team 139.
Maybe hold it.
They are a fantastic team. Mandy was here last year with teammate Irma, who is from, I think, South Africa. And that was Mandy's first year. And they did a really good performance. They're just always positive, full of energy. Awesome team you want to keep tabs on. Okay, we have Jess from the Rivian team. Awesome. Okay, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's we're up bright and early, putting on trackers. Feeling good.
Awesome. How's the marathon leg been for you?
It's been really fun. We had a really nice campsite. It was I had a good night's sleep.
Good.
It was awesome. Woke up to the sunrise. It was nice.
Awesome. You stayed nice and warm.
Yes, I did. Thank God. Yep.
So how has this whole experience of the Rebelle been for you so far?
Yeah, it's been awesome. This is my first year coming. I watched last year and like kind of helped support and prep the car before it came to competition. So it's really cool to see the car actually be at competition. It's really good. Yeah, and then also just all the women here are awesome and pump each other up, and it's a really fun environment to be in. Yeah.
So when it comes to Rivian, we have a lot of fans and interested parties out there about the vehicle, and they're stoked that it's here. When that one came, because others are on sale now, I thought it was a production level vehicle, but I've been told it's a pre-production. Can you tell viewers what the difference is in a pre-production, even if it looks the same inside and looks the same outside? What's the difference in pre-production and the one they can actually go buy?
Yeah, so we're doing kind of our like final fine-tuning in the factory. So I'd say those are the biggest differences, is the way that we're actually assembling the vehicles. But to be honest, I work on software. Okay. So the most of the differences are mechanical and assembly wise. So yeah, I can't super speak to all of the intricacies of the differences between pre-production.
I get it. So the software is pretty much the same, but you're saying some of the mechanical pieces, for instance, the suspension lines that got pinched the other day, I was told that the ones that were on the vehicle were pre-production and they replaced it with a production piece.
Yeah, so we had a couple issues on course, I think yesterday or the day before that. No, all the days are
all plays together. Yeah, it was 2 days ago.
So we had like awesome tech team that got in there really quickly and diagnosed the issue and replaced that part. Yeah, I think all of our teams now back in Irvine are like doing the analysis on what happened and evaluating how new solutions can be better than what was on the car. We actually have been a little bit struggling because not a lot of us have connectivity. So every time we get LTE, we have to stop and answer a bunch of questions and send pictures and all. So honestly, it's been kind of fun is helping the teams diagnose on a subsystem that I'm not an expert on. It's cool.
I'm sure that there's a lot of development time that's behind desks and behind computers, and the attempt or the ability to have a vehicle out in the field with the pressure on to compete and perform well and like be aggregating all this extra information from this ultimate proving ground that is the Rebelle Rally. Yeah, must be really fun and exciting. Well, we're stoked you're here. We love seeing Emmy and Becca zooming around, and they're on their competition mission, and you know they just have their third teammate there as a Rivian.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're excited to be here too.
Thanks, Jess. Thanks for chatting with us. We're going to go over here, just chat with Stacy and Jess. Speaking of competitors that work for manufacturers, Stacy and Jess both work for Toyota. Stacy, can you tell us? I think I know that Jess works on rear suspension stuff. We'll have to get her to clarify that. The fact that okay, good. We still got audio. Camera's running away there. Stacy, tell us what you do with Toyota.
Yeah, so I'm in R&D in a group called IVS, Integrated Vehicle Systems, but I specifically work on ADAS, Advanced Driving Assistance Systems. So all of your, level 2, level 1 autonomy, hoping to get to level 3 soon, sensors, radars, sonars, that's what we handle, and we're looking forward to the future of mobility.
Wow, that's so well thrown together. I don't think it's the first time you've had to say that. You've been interviewed before.
Not on the spot like this.
After sleeping in a tent in the dirt,
A little cold too, but.
So you've got autonomy in your Toyota Tacoma. She's driving you around?
It's not autonomy. This is level 1, but we do have our TSS, Toyota safety sense in the vehicle. We're not really using it on off-road, but it is a camera and radar-based system. Plus, we have our sonar parking sensors, which they are detecting the bushes and the boulders as we're out there. So it's been fun.
Great, yeah. Real-world stuff useful here in the sand and the dirt as well. So, Jess, tell us a little bit about your role at work.
All right. So I'm a ride and handling engineer. I evaluate our ride and handling system. So everything that goes into how comfortable your ride is, how it handles suspension parts, attachment from the cab to the frame, the steering systems, and it's a blast. It's really fun. I get to be on track a lot to evaluate our vehicles. And yeah, my previous history was in crash safety for a couple of years. So.
You just named a whole lot of systems. I feel like there's thousands of people that work in those systems. Are you a I don't know how to say this. Are you a focused worker, or are you looking at kind of a global kind of view with a lot of people under you that you're kind of managing the head there?
So I
in there looking at the map, you can easily feel lost. And so, you know, I like it because then you can just kind of go in that direction for, you know, click zero out the ICOs or the terror trips or whatever you have, you know, 360 for, you know, 0.2, and then stop and get out and look around. And then, you know, maybe you get, I feel like this is my 3rd year, and this is the year that I've nailed all the blacks that, well, within the radius, and I haven't had any wide misses. And that's a big success for me because maybe, you know, I'm not in the top 10 or wherever I'd like to be, but that was kind of my goal this year, was to see what I could do to get, you know, just to dial in that navigation. This is also my 1st year navigating, so it's really great.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you haven't gotten any wide misses?
I haven't got, well, I may have had one. I may have had one yesterday, but I don't know yet. As far as I know.
I'll look, and then we'll talk about it tonight at base camp.
Yeah. You can see my disappointed face, you know, later today. Yeah. Well, you know.
Well, tell us about Luna. How's Luna doing?
Luna is fabulous. You know, she is really dialed in. I don't know if you've seen yet. I did a lot of stuff in the front with Total Chaos this year. Since last year, I bent both spindles on day 2, which we talked about before. I put on the weld-on spindle gussets and the upper control arms. I already had the lower control arms, and now it's just beefy. I also took off, I had some much wider tires and put on the KO2s, and it's just handling a lot better. You know, we can kind of pick the line choice because I'm not... you know, we're not so wide. It's not so like kind of unsteady. It's just so much more nimble. I put drawers in the back. I got some ARB drawers, which really helps. I got like a nice food pantry and a toolbox, so I don't have to like untie things and retie things, which was a big thing last year. Yeah. And then, you know, I mean, I had the rollover last year, and diamond plate is really holding up. We had, on day 1, we had a lot of the X's that took us through kind of a rock garden, and I hit a lot of trees, but it's fine. I mean, I don't really have to worry about it. It's very sturdy.
For anyone just tuning in, April in some training ended up with on the side, and then repaired the 4Runner herself and used diamond plate, and now it's like an Indestructo-mobile, and its name is Luna.
Yeah, it's really great. I rolled over like a 3/4, you know, so I hit both sides in the roof, so we had to jack up the roof. It's amazing. I found a fabricator to help with the welding, and then I did fiberglass. It was like my COVID summer project, just to kind of make it look embedded, and then learned how to paint, and it would just give me a real appreciation for people who do this professionally, because it's really hard, and my fingerprints have just grown back.
From all the sanding. I've done it too. I know what you're talking. Yeah, your fingerprints go away, don't they?
And I thought about committing some crimes, but there were no crimes to commit last COVID because no one was doing anything. So I just stayed at home and did like wet sanded every day for like 6 or 7 hours. You know, yeah.
So just hearing that April learned how to do a lot of the technique, the body work and stuff like that, she just took it on. That's definitely a Rebelle kind of attitude, and it's such cool.
Would you say it helped you just gain that confidence to feel like, yeah, I can tackle this?
I mean, I feel like I came with that confidence, and then the Rebelle, so it was just the right fit. But yeah, I think also the community, I don't know if people realize how great the Rebelle community is and how important it is, because then, you know, you're online and people, even when you're not at the Rebelle, everyone is cheering you on, and then like, oh my God, I've been following you, and this is just so inspiring that you've done this all yourself. But I could easily just trashed it, but I put so much work into it, and I had so many memories, and I just do it. You know, it just didn't make sense for me, because now I have a truck that I fully own, and you know, I've done all the work on it, and and I love it.
That's awesome.
Great.
Nice. Well, enjoy today, April. Thank you for chatting with us this morning. Yeah. Now that you had all your plotting, see, look how happy everyone is to chat this morning when they've gotten to plot the night before.
and a good night's sleep.
Yes.
All
Thanks,
right.
April. Good luck today. We'll see you tonight. Did you tell me to give it to her or just put it closer?
Close.
Okay,
Said to
got
eat
it.
the mic.
Eat the mic. This mic was hot the other day. Sorry about that. So standing here with Lynn, can I shadow her face so she's not looking at the sun? There you go. I'll give you a little support there with the shadow department. Sitting here with Lynn. Lynn, tell us what's up. We chatted with you last night. You guys got all your plotting done, I'm hoping?
We got most of it done. I think we got up until the Enduro, which was well over half of it, and Sedona's just working on the second half now and just kind of getting her head in the game. It's, you want to try and find a balance of relaxing a little bit, but also like kind of staying and keeping your momentum and kind of staying in the game. So I think we did that last night, and yeah, we're ready to go this morning.
Remind our viewers what you're driving and what you look like out there, what your truck looks like.
So we're driving a 2022 Nissan Frontier. It's the brand new redesign. We're so fortunate because they've given us this wrap that's pretty incredible. It's the old hard body open desert racing livery, the 80s and the 90s for anybody who's been around for a long time like me, knows like just what a storied history Nissan and Datsun have in not just motorsports but specifically in off-road motorsports. And so for us to have been given that same livery, not just our team, but for this event in particular, we're super humbled by it and unbelievably motivated by that as well, to try and live up to that legacy. And there's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, we feel really honored. And, we just think the truck looks badass. So it's great. It's been really nice because, it was a long time, the redesign was a long time coming, but we've had nothing but amazing comments, like people coming up to us going, well, I'm looking for a new truck and this thing looks really great. And I couldn't agree more. I think it looks fantastic. So far it's performing so well. We went through Sperry Wash yesterday, and there were some things that really could have been a difficulty for us with that slightly longer wheelbase than, say, even the four-door Jeeps. We had no problems at all. We were fine. You use the locker because we're in the Pro 4X and use the, we get into 4 low, which is wonderful. This time, this is the first rally that we've really had to do that. I mean, I've locked my differential 3 times now, and I'm like, this is awesome. So, it's proving to be really, really capable and just a great third teammate. And we're so grateful to Nissan for trusting us with the truck and with that heritage story. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. How did it do in the dunes yesterday?
Oh, it was fine. I mean, we weren't really in the dunes, so we'll see. Glamis will be like the day that we really get to. But we know what it's capable of. The powertrain in this is the same as the powertrain that we had in our 2020. So we had that V6. I think it's 310 horsepower, which ends up being best in class for the mid-size truck segment. And with that kind of horsepower, we have almost 300 pound-feet of torque. So we really have plenty of power. The great thing about this engine is it loves to rev. Like, you get really high up by red line and it's just like, it maybe sounds a little bit unsettling for anybody who's not used to kind of living up in that space, but it really loves to work in that area, and it just is it's an absolute workhorse. So we're ready. We feel really equipped. We're excited.
Awesome.
Let me help people out. What gives you this language, best in the segment and all this stuff? What do you do for work?
Well, I review cars for a living. So I work for Kelley Blue Book. Hi, everybody back at work who's sleeping still probably. But yeah, I do video reviews for KBB, and also go on our YouTube channel and you can watch me talk about cars and trucks. But yeah, so it's nice for me to be able to get in these things, and especially this, this is such a great space to really truly test a car, because you think, oh, okay, well, it's kind of capable and that's terrific, but you get this event is a huge testing ground and proving ground for these vehicles. And I think that manufacturers are starting to understand that when you look at just the volume of, like, the number of people who are putting vehicles into this and saying, okay, well, let's see what it really can do and show off that capability. So it's a pretty cool thing. And we're thrilled that Nissan trusts us with their vehicles.
Yeah, I would agree. It's the perfect proving ground for any vehicle because of the different terrains. You're hitting sand, you're hitting rocks, you're hitting technical trails where you even you engage your lockers. That's a big deal. It's not just a pavement ride, but you do have stretches of pavement to actually feel how the car handles and how comfortable the ride is.
Yeah.
So it's great.
And I think the other thing too is you really look at the stock, like people's stock vehicles. It's okay, it's early. People's stock vehicles, and they're so surprised at what they can do.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I think so many people just don't understand just how much you can push your car. Obviously, you don't want to maybe come out here and push it too much and start breaking things, but they're really the way that vehicles are made these days, like they're so good, they're so capable, there's so much technology in them that makes them just absolutely astounding. Can you tell I love cars?
Yeah. I think you love your job.
I love my job too.
Well, Len, thanks for. I was just gonna wind this up and keep moving along. Yeah. Thanks. Enjoy. Have a great day.
Guys, you too. We'll see you out there.
We'll see you at base camp. More?
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 Here. There's Johanna and Susie there.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty good. We're just reading the notice board before our start time in a couple minutes.
You reading the notice board?
Yes.
Gotcha. Is there anything good on there?
Susie?
The first part of the day is in an open OHV area, which means we don't have to stay on the roads and we can travel across the trails, which is super fun. And we like days like this, so we're excited about it.
Yes, I feel like you have some experience with days like this.
We do. We've both done the Gazelle Rally a number of times, and in that rally you can drive anywhere, pretty much. You don't have to stay on the roads, so this is our style of navigation.
Yeah. How did you sleep last night?
Pretty good. No windstorms. It was a little cold, but nothing to complain about.
And how are you feeling? I know it's a long day, transit day. How are you feeling about today?
Good. Yeah. I don't know what else to say than that.
Awesome. Did you have a good day yesterday? Rough day?
You never really know until you see how the other teams did, but we were really strapped for time yesterday, but I think a lot of teams were probably also in that position. But it was pretty good. We kept up our pace pretty well.
Nice. All right. Anything else to add, say, or you just want to leave?
We're ready to start.
Ready to go. All right. I'll let you get to it. Have a good day, girls. We'll see you later. Hello, Jeep. Well, good morning.
How's it going?
We're great. How are you?
Excited to conquer today.
I love the attitude.
Yes. I'm Audrey Mason, and this is Nicole Honstead. We're with the San Diego Off-Road Coalition. We are here to raise awareness. I'm glad we're in California, being able to be in the live interview. There's a lot of land use issues going on in California right now. So hopefully we can bring attention to Oceano Dunes, even though we don't get to be on that portion of it and what's going on out there, and raising awareness. When we get out to Glamis, there's some issues going on out at Glamis to make Glamis safe for the railroad crossing. So hopefully we can bring some awareness to that and, make everybody aware of what's going on and that we need comments, we need help, we need people to step up and really help to keep these areas open and make them safe for us and keep access for all. That's what we're all about, is keeping the public lands open so we have places to come and explore like this. Some of the areas that we have seen have been some of the most beautiful areas in the world. Titus Canyon was just exhilarating to go through the deep ravine through there, and that it's just spectacular views. Yeah. So I'm really excited to see what else Emily has in store for us. Yeah.
She does a very good job at putting together a beautiful course on all public lands that is just phenomenal for everyone to come drive. So I love the work you're doing. And is there anything else you guys want to add to any of that?
We have our radio show, SDORC Dirt Radio, every Sunday between 12 and 1. It's a podcast as well as on KCBQ 1170 AM, 96.1 FM in San Diego and North County. Reaches down into Mexico and Baja and several places. But that's where we talk about basically a lot of the key land use issues. And even though we're based out of San Diego, we do all of California, Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, basically any areas where we are in jeopardy of losing precious access. Especially right here in Clark County with the solar fields, Primm, Nevada, Vegas to Reno, you've got Mint 400, all of that, all the races that happen right here. We've had the same routes that have been used for 60, 70 years, and we're going to be losing those routes. So, you know, it's a hit to the off-road community and to the racing community, and you know, anything that we can do to stand united and come together and you know, bring awareness and make comments, and you know, it's key to keeping areas open. So
Absolutely. Well, thank you for all the work you do. And yeah.
Great day.
Yeah, I see your other map down there. Have you ever seen a map like that before?
No. No, I have not. I actually live off of the California Trail Users Coalition maps with the CTUC maps. They have all the maps on, all the trails on there, whether they're hiking trails, fire roads, routes like this, surveyed routes. But it's been very interesting, very difficult to read for me to read the topo and stuff. She's more spot on than me, but I love the challenges. I love how interesting it is and the different areas that we get to go to and see, and challenging my brain every day to do the calculations and everything has been awesome. So, especially on little to no sleep. I think last night was the best night that we've had in the last like 2 weeks prepping up to this and then during this. So
yeah, it was so quiet last night.
Yeah.
And the stars were gorgeous as well.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful place.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, ladies. We wish you all the best. Good luck with your heading and distance challenge today. I'm really excited to see how everyone does on that. And we will see you safely back at base camp.
Already questioning it, so that's a good. I'm glad that it's supposed to be that difficult.
She wanted to throw in a curveball, I think. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. It's a curveball.
So everybody's on the same page. Even the multi-year Rebelles have never, I believe, done that before. So everybody's on the same page today.
Because I was unsure about my own plotting. It was out in the middle of nowhere. So.
Trust your plot.
All right.
Trust your plot.
Trust your plot.
Yes. All right, ladies. Have a good day.
Okay. So we're going to head back over to our primary camera, and I'm going to read you a little bit of a story on the way. The story is about Stage 5 today. It's the quick summary that Emily puts together for us. The second day of the marathon will start with a long loop through Rasor OHV. This is the Dead Reckoning area, collecting a final green checkpoint on the border of the Mojave Preserve. These first checkpoints require teams to dead reckon and choose between multiple high or regular or high point XCPs. They exit the area on the famed Mojave Road and cross Soda Dry Lake before grabbing a green checkpoint and transitioning through the preserve on an en route enduro. Upon exit of the preserve, the teams are in completely new territory from previous rallies as they continue with map and compass checkpoints as they drop down to the shores of the Colorado River that we hope to jump in later. Teams will overnight right on the shores of the Colorado River in near Needles at Pirate Cove. A swim in the Colorado River will be a welcome chance to wash off the dirt from the previous 5 days of competition. So here this morning, second day of the marathon. If you're just tuning in, we've just interviewed, 8 or 10 different teams. Yeah. The energy is really back. I feel like the wind going away has allowed everybody's brains to get less scrambled. What would you say?
Yeah, they seemed a lot more put together this morning and calm and happy, not just like frantic and chaotic and trying to shove stuff in your car and shake out the sand and leave. And yeah, there was just a very, very good vibe this morning. I think they're all ready for it. I'm really interested to see how this heading and distance challenge does for them today, because that's a whole new challenge that Emily and Jimmy did with that new map that we've never seen. So I don't know if they got a close-up of it, but it's like there's hardly any features on it. And when you get really good at map reading and being able to match the features to your map, suddenly all that's gone and you have to rely on just your distance and your heading.
So you would say you might look at a feature, like a feature could be a hill or a little mountaintop or an edge or something. You'd look at that feature and you would say, well, that should be on my map. I'll find that on my map. And when it's not on your map, it's very disconcerting or confusing, right?
Yeah, and you use it as a double check. So a good team is using all of those things put together. So they're using, okay, we're going to go 2 kilometers at a heading of 98 degrees. And when I'm about 1.5 or 2 kilometers, I should be seeing this mountain out my right window. So you kind of are doing a double check and making sure that, yep, I see that mountain. That matches what I see on the map. We've gone this far. all of those pieces are coming together. So now all those double checks are gone. So you have to rely on your distance and heading. And when you look around, you see these groves in here, like these trees, and you've got the piles of sand. You're not going to drive straight through that. You have to drive around that, which means that's going to take you off your heading, and it's also going to add distance to your odometer. So then you have to account for how much distance you just added and which heading you went back on, if you can get back on your heading. Because everybody, if you kind of start to do this and go off course very easily. And that over a long distance could put you miles
way off your mark. Okay.
So it's a lot.
So we chatted briefly with Johanna and Susie in the Defender 90. Would you say teams like them that have done the Gazelle over in Morocco, do they have an advantage in this kind of a situation?
I would say yes, because that is all they're used to doing in Morocco. It's all distance and heading because it's one open OHV area, basically.
The whole country.
I would say the whole country, but a lot of it is. And you have Emmy and Rebecca, you've got Joe and Susie, even Dana and Karen. They have all completed in the Gazelle Rally. Alyssa, Sabrina, they have also competed in the Gazelle Rally. So these days, you could really see those teams step up and really shine where other teams may struggle.
Wow, it's been an exciting morning already. We are not going to have a midday show today, but we're going to have a really well-organized evening show, and we're going to have the time to go over all the points and really level up our communication here about who's doing what, which teams are still in striking distance of the win, which ones fell off the top, which ones came to the top, all that fun stuff. We're going to help tell you that story this evening from Pirate Cove.
We get a bed tonight?
We get to stay in cabins tonight, I'm told.
And we get to swim in a river?
That river.
Sand off of us.
We keep talking about jumping in the Colorado River. I'm still cold right now.
Too, actually.
I'm almost positive.
Hot shower.
I'm almost positive that river is going to be really cold. Also, I hope that I'm still not a weenie and I go ahead and jump in there. I'm going to jump in there. We'll see how that goes in a few hours.
Awesome. Well, yeah, the last of the teams are trickling out, and I think it's time for us to pack up. Head on down the road. Keep an eye on those trackers today. Let's see what teams go rogue, I'm curious to see how many teams are going to spend a lot of time in here being lost.
Right, and that might blow their time management at the end of the day.
Time management, yeah. So we need to keep an eye on that as well.
Okay, we certainly will. Well, thank you for joining us. The Rebelle Rally live show presented by Lexus. We love bringing you the competition, and thanks for tuning in and checking us out. Follow us on the socials.